Stern breeze here today at Tralee, but the winds of change over the centuries here can be felt and even seen by things like right behind me. Check out this, what's left of this castle that sat here. What you can see above the door, that's an old arrow slit. That obviously was there for defense. It was very common above the door to try to keep the marauders out. But this one is cool because what's left of this castle, we can actually go inside. So come on in with me for 1 second and let's step back through time. It's incredible, really, when you think about it, that these castle ruins go back hundreds and hundreds of years. This castle is at least 800 years old. And you have the ones that exist, the rare ones, where when you're inside like this, you're actually inside of what was one of the castle rooms. This was actually 2 stories originally. If you look up here in this corner, you can see that's where the beams used to go. The beam was anchored there and on the other side for the second story that was above this. And typically what they had in castles was this first level would be a storage level. This is where they would keep things, and also it was defensive. The second level would be a great room, and there was a big fireplace up there, and that's where they would eat, and that's where all the servants would also sleep. They slept on something that was equivalent to like hay. It was called thresh, and if you had a divide between rooms and a door, that's where the word threshold comes from, to keep that from going from one room to another. And then the level above this, which no longer exists in this particular castle, would be where the nobility would sleep. Now, what I wanted to show you in here, and this is right behind the par 3 third at Tralee, look at the depth of these castles. Look at how much they were fortified, made of stone. And the interesting thing is that the demise of every one of these castles you see, wherever you see it throughout the British Isles, throughout Ireland, were undone by the cannon. It was the cannon that ended their usefulness in their run. Now, this particular castle is distinctive because across this harbor, you can see the keep. And back in the days when the Vikings used to raid these villages, the legend is that what they did was they ran from this castle to that keep. They would run either a rope or they would run a chain, because when the Vikings came in, they would come in under the cover of darkness. And because there was a chain or a rope running across, they hoped that it would snare the Vikings in their boat. And if it didn't do enough damage to send them off into another direction, that at least it would alert the sentries so that they knew that an attack was on its way.